Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Jamie McDonald here with Mike Beaning. This is Mirrorless Minutes interview episode number 8, and we have an awesome guest on tonight, Mr. Levi Sim, coming in to us from the 50s, I believe, judging from the screen there. 50s Utah, I guess. How's it going, Levi?
Well, the hotel may be 50s, but
Ah,
this is just the way that I roll, Jamie.
He's channeling his
Nice.
best Ansel Adams, aren't you?
That's right.
so how's everybody been doing lately? You guys doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting here. I just took my shoes off. My feet are so. It snowed 8 inches overnight here in Utah,
Wow.
and I live in Portland, Oregon. But I used to live here, and it's been a nice kind of weathersome day over here. But
Right. You're used to maybe a little more liquid precipitation in Portland?
yeah. Well, and yesterday morning I left Las Vegas.
Oh,
Came
wow.
up here, and it started snowing as soon as I arrived.
You're going through all the extremes, I guess, with weather, aren't you?
Yeah, you're hitting it
That's
all.
right. That's right. In
Wow.
fact, I was in a blast furnace this morning, or a blast freezer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think I saw a picture. We were wearing like a hairnet or something.
Yes,
What's that?
yes, that was the. I was in the plant where they make this ice cream at the USU campus up here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Filming
Okay.
there.
Hey, you'll have to bring that to Chicago. That's a good look.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh man.
Cool. So, for people who let's just do a little bit of a who is Levi? There might be some people out there that are watching our show that aren't familiar with who you are. Do you want to
Sure.
give a little bit of background?
Sure. Well, so I'm a photographer full time, and I write for photofocus.com, and I love to teach, and I love to make pictures of all kinds of things. I'm especially enthusiastic about photographing people, and but I like to photograph waterfalls and chocolates and ice cream and everything in between. So I like to be able to help other people learn how to photograph just about everything. So I try to keep sharp on most genres myself too, and I love making pictures.
So you photograph people. I know that you've got something that you've been working on lately that I've been watching
Sure.
online.
Sure.
Do you want to talk a little bit about this project you've been doing?
Sure. Well, so should I share a screen?
Yeah, that would be incredibly
Yeah,
cool.
great.
Let me. Hang on. I have to switch. I have to switch Lightrooms. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Hi. Skip what in the world? Okay. This Lightroom. Just reopen. Okay. And so anyway, sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, so you've seen this picture of Steve Jobs, no doubt, the one that was the cover of his book, and it was it was on the billboard. It was the landing page for Apple.com for a month after he passed away, and all kinds of places all over the world. It's pretty iconic. Let me see if I can find it here.
I think that's the perfect descriptor for that photo. Iconic.
Iconic, yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. It's, I mean, in a time when there's so much imagery out there, it's incredible that there's actually a single image that
Mhm.
most people on Earth have actually seen. And so, here it comes. Let me share my screen with you now. Sorry to be slow for you.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Share. Can you see my screen?
There we go.
Is it working? Okay, there it goes. Is it too slow? Maybe I'd better reduce my bandwidth because you guys are frozen, so I could suppose that I'm probably frozen.
No, I don't think so. I think it went into one of those warp views.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna reduce my bandwidth for a second here anyway, and let's see if that helps. Screen share, check. There we go. Can you see this picture? Gosh, it's tiny looking.
Yeah, it's tiny, but
Yeah.
I see it.
That's the only. I don't know. Maybe I could be sued for even showing this one on air here. But anyway, the day
We'll find out after.
that Jobs passed away. What in the world? Fit. There we go.
There we go.
I don't have any pictures on here. Let me go to a place where there's some pictures. I'm
There we go.
embarrassed. The day that he passed away, I invited everybody over to my studio to make this sort of a similar picture. And what do you know, but 100 people showed up to do it at my tiny little studio
Oh,
in
jeez.
Utah. And so then I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And now I've photographed about 1,000 people doing it. And we've got all these fun pictures.
That's really cool.
Wow.
You're up to 1,000?
Yeah, we're up to 1,000 now.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
That's a lot of fun. And so people use it for their Facebook picture, for their LinkedIn picture. And when they do, they get tons of traffic out of it. In fact, and we always have a good time doing it. I don't know anybody who hasn't enjoyed making the picture with me. And it's a great icebreaker. Everybody should do it. You guys should all do it because it's simple and it's a great way to get somebody comfortable in front of your lens, and it's just a lot of fun.
So, what about your lighting setup for all these? Is it the same lighting setup through every one? And if it is it something you want to talk about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, I made an article on. Well, there's two or three posts about it. One is on Scott Kelby's blog. So if you go to Scott Kelby's blog, scottkelby.com, and I don't know, I suppose you could search for me on there, and you would find my guest post for him.
Cool.
And what is going on here? Stuff.
It's how the universe works.
Yes. So there's some more of the backstory. And then on photofocus.com, if you go on there and search Steve Jobs, you'll also find an article about the lighting and how to do it. And
you got that little baby almost doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was perfect.
Absolutely. I'll have to see if my family picture's in here. My little girl does it cuter.
With your little girl.
Yeah. My little girl does it cuter than anybody. So.
Of course she does.
Yeah. It's really a lot of fun.
We're gonna have to get a Mirrorless Minute photo like that, Jamie, for you and I.
Chicago, man. Absolutely.
Together.
So the next time we have Levi back on for our little icons down there in our lower thirds, that's what we'll have that photo.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, and it's such an easy lighting setup. So I've just got one light off the camera left, and I like to use about a 26 or a 30-inch softbox or beauty dish, and I currently most of these are done with a speed light because a lot of them are at conferences or on the road, so to speak, and the speed light makes it just a little simpler to set up. So I've used for these we're watching right now. I used the Westcott 26-inch rapid box.
Yeah, I got that same one actually.
Yeah, but
that's a really cool one. Quick and easy to take around.
It is. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody though, because I've got another one that's taken over and it's better. The Photix Luna, and it's about a 26 or 28-inch beauty dish for speed light, and it collapses similarly small to the Westcott, but it's a little bit nicer. It's got a white interior, which I love.
Yeah.
It's got a white or silver option. I love the white. It's also got the reflector dish built in instead of charging another $20.
Instead of charging the $20.
Right.
Yep.
And I mean the Westcott one is $140.
Yeah.
The Photix one is $79.
Wow.
And it mounts any speed light, and it mounts it easier. It doesn't use that cold shoe. You Velcro strap the light to the stand. And,
there you go.
Yeah, it makes it so much simpler. Also, if you're using an optical trigger, like using the Nikon CLS system, or I've got in my bag the Panasonic speed light, and it works using the pop-up flash on your camera as a commander. And so using the Photix one, you can manipulate the angle of the receiver on the body of the flash to face wherever you're standing without unmounting the flash from the softbox. Does that make sense? Yeah.
No, it does, because that does sound great.
Yeah, because
another one you're locked in on the cold shoe.
You would have to try and turn it 180 degrees every time. It's a mess. So anyway, I love the Photix one. I highly recommend it. And but I mean, if you've got the Westcott one, don't go buy the Photix.
Oh yeah, well, no, you probably yeah. Those were the days I probably haven't pulled it out in 6-7 months.
Oh yeah. No, it's a good light. Anyway, and then I either shoot it on a white backdrop, or more and more I just use On1 software to clip people out because it's so easy.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend either of those options to you, just depending on if I have room to light a white backdrop or not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in my cart on Amazon now.
Right on. Yeah, it's a good one. That's really.
Yeah, definitely. We'll share that too in the show notes.
Yeah.
From this thing, that's a great idea.
And then,
go ahead.
Can I give you one more secret for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
One way to make it look awesome right out of the camera is to enable the black and white setting on your camera. And so many people don't know that your camera shoots monochrome.
Yeah.
But that's not enough. Turning on your monochrome just makes people look black and white.
Yep.
Turning on the red filter or the orange filter inside the monochrome makes people look awesome.
Yep.
And you need to go in there and activate, like on a Nikon, you just go farther to the right. On a Canon, you have to press the info button to get into the further menu. On the Panasonic, I think you just go further to the right also. And I haven't handled the OMDs, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah, well, that's easy. You're talking to two guys that do it constantly.
Yeah, right. And so,
I shoot the streets with that the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best thing for street photography. That red filter, man.
Yeah,
looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's my favorite for landscapes too. I get nice black, blue skies that way if I shoot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you put a polarizer on and do the red filter, man. Yeah. It's incredible. That you look like Ansel Adams.
Right.
So as you travel across the country, is it something that you do everywhere you go? I mean, it's a staple for you right now.
It is.
Doing the Jobs portrait.
Steve Jobs portrait project. Yep. Yeah. You can find, like, if you go to Instagram and do hashtag Steve Jobs portrait project, you'll see a bunch of them. And I do like to do it everywhere I go. I was at a party at NAB the other night in Las Vegas, sponsored by Adobe. And I mean, it's just a great way for me to meet people as well. So I set up in the corner of the Hard Rock Cafe and started shooting portraits.
Right on.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it takes me 15 seconds with a person, so I make a pretty memorable experience for everybody who comes to the party.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I enjoy doing it. Yeah.
That's great. Well, let's see. Let me jump to out of Chicago before we talk about anything else. We've got a lot of information. Today's a big day. Besides, I guess, tax day on top of that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
What time are we done here?
Yeah. Well, you'll have a couple hours after.
Well, I've got to actually. I have to go back and shoot again tonight at 8.
Okay. But out of Chicago, you're going to be there teaching. Now it sounds like you've got something going every single day. You start like what, a week before now, or what?
Yeah, it's like it, man. So the bird opens today, is that right?
What's that?
Is it the early bird price?
Yeah, the early bird ends today.
It ends today. So everybody, go sign up. Yeah, go sign up. It's already a cheap conference. I mean, even if you don't sign up today, you can still afford to go. But man, why not? It's an incredible conference. And yeah, I'm teaching Thursday and Friday and Saturday. And I think I've got 2 all-day workshops on Thursday and Friday, and a couple of photo walks probably each of those nights, as well as photo walks on Saturday and 2 or 3 classes on Saturday. I'm not sure. I think Chris said I'm the teachingest guy going.
It sounds like it.
And I'm all right with that. Yeah. I'm all right with
Yeah.
that. I sure enjoy doing it. So.
Well, yeah, last year was fantastic. I mean, I was there last year. I was actually in one of your classes. I jumped in one of the Lightroom classes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it was a bad day for me though when I was driving in. That was the day they killed Aperture.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I recall.
That class, I remember you doing that class going, hold on. Everybody's like hitting you with 100 Aperture. You're like, oh, guys, wait, we're supposed to talk about Lightroom.
Right. That was
a crazy class. I remember you at the end going, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for this.
Right. Well, let's not talk about Aperture. Let's
Yeah.
talk about
No.
horse
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move that. But
What are you teaching this year, Mike?
well, Jamie and I are teaching together. We're gonna talk about what you do when you're out either traveling for work like I do all the time, and you've got a couple hours at night to kill, and you have to go on a shoot, and you're all these different great places. And Jamie's covering the same thing, but his long drive to work, how he travels different ways, and just makes his drive to work enjoyable instead of involving photography instead of just a long drive to work.
Yeah,
And then how to pack for all that, and how to do it with the Micro Four Thirds kit. It'll be a cool class, I think, when we'll get it all put together. I know we're working on it right now, actually. So it'll be a lot of fun. How about your things on Thursday and Friday? Are they both sold out? Or is there like one spot left or something? I was looking today, I thought.
Let's see. Thursday, I think Friday's just about sold out.
Yeah.
I think there's still a few seats on Friday.
Okay.
And we're doing environmental portraiture. In fact, we're going to some local businesses.
Right. That's what I thought was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
How did you hook up those businesses? Did Chris help you hook them up, or did you guys just call? Or
one of them we met last year. We had dinner there, and then I've got a gal. One of the people on Chris's staff is helping me arrange some of that too, and it's a lot of fun to go in and make pictures that are useful and helpful for a company.
Yeah.
A small business. Basically.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the other thing, I mean, I know everybody knows you come down to Chicago, and I think of the teaching part, and then the street photography is a little bit different than what I normally do. Although I do like to do street portraits and that, but I'm not going out looking for it, and I know you go right out and look for it, and I really can get into it because I do a lot of that. I try to do a lot of that myself too because it's just a blast talking to people. It's so much fun when you make cool portraits of them. So you're going to do some photo walks like that, though, too, right?
Yes. So we're doing photo walks, and when you come on my photo walk, I guarantee you'll be uncomfortable. But I also guarantee you'll have a good time. I mean, it's really fun. I walk up to people on the street, and I ask them to be in a picture, and then I make a picture with them. And I will direct them and ask them to stand here. I'll walk up and say, I'll say, "Holy cow! Did you?" My name's Levi. I'm practicing pictures today. I'm practicing photography, and you're standing in this beam of light reflecting off of that building, right? And it's shining on your eyeglass. It's shining on your sunglasses. Really cool. Like it's got this. Do you mind if I make a picture of you? Let's go. Tell me your name, and then I ask her name or him his name, and then we're making pictures, and it's just as easy as that. I rarely get turned down.
Such a great way to break the ice on all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Gets me out of the funk. It's really good.
Right, definitely.
So
I should be on your walk. I have such a hard time doing that, approaching people and just engaging them in a way that's going to make it easy for them to let me take their photo. I mean, and I suppose that probably shows through in me, which probably makes it even harder for them to want me to take a picture,
Yeah, so the thing is, the least important thing I do is make a picture.
Yep.
Right. It's all about the engagement.
It's all about people. It's all about it's all about engagement. Where are you from? What are you doing here? I'm from there. That's something similar to your life. We can relate. And it is freaking hot out here in Chicago right now, and I'm sweating to death just like you are. Anything we can we can. I was one of the best ones ever. I was walking down the street in San Francisco. Now, I was on a work trip, just like you guys, and had some time to spare. And so I'm walking down the street, and suddenly there's two naked guys walking by with picket signs, some kind of protest or something, and butt naked, just absolutely, it was amazing, and and I didn't take a picture. I don't want that picture. But I looked up and there's this other guy with a camera, and I go, "Did you shoot that?" He says, "Yeah, did you take a picture?" I said, "I didn't." But it turned out to be Philippe from France, and we chatted for a while, and I said, "Well, you want to walk with me? Let's go make some pictures together."
Mm-hmm.
And his wife and daughters were shopping downtown, and so we went out and made some pictures walking around, and then I picked him up at his hotel before sunrise the next day, and we went out and did some shooting of the Golden Gate Bridge,
How cool is that?
and had breakfast together, and now we're good pals on Facebook still, and just from engaging people on the street while shooting. It's fun.
Oh, cool.
It is really enjoyable.
Do you want to do some sharing, Jamie?
Sure. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to jump in?
With that, or Levi, you got anything you want to share?
Oh, why don't you guys go ahead, and I'll find a few
right.
things, since I switched catalogs here.
What do you want to do, Jamie? You want to go?
Sure, I'll go.
All right.
All right, so let me just get this rolling here. Everything look good on that side?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got your
Yeah, I
screen.
can see it.
All right, good deal.
Yep.
So last Thursday, I headed out to Whistler Resort, just north of Vancouver, for Olympus. They were doing what they call a press experiential for some new products. So what that is they fly members of the photography community press out to show them new products, get them hands-on, so that they have the opportunity to, get it in hand before it's official, and they can do the reviews and whatnot. And I had free time
for that there, Jamie.
Yeah, right. Are you interested in something like that?
Yes, man. I write for Photo Focus. I'm press. I can help.
I will put you in touch with the right people.
Awesome.
So it was awesome. Whistler is actually like one of those bucket list locations for me as far as snowboarding is concerned. So when the opportunity came up to go, I was, I could not say no to that. I had some free time and decided to jump on the gondola and head up Whistler Mountain. So this was shot out of the gondola. I wasn't snowboarding down, so it's not like I could stop anywhere to take photos. So I just had to take advantage of, poking the camera out the window of the gondola. And this is just your typical nature scene on the ride up. The next photo is captured from the midway point up Whistler Mountain, and that first day that I had some free time, it was incredible because we had a lot of great cloud structure, and there was plenty of sunlight blasting through little pockets here and there in the clouds. So this photo was actually shot with the Imsuico 40-150 f2.8, and I processed it in Silver FX Pro. It's kind of my go-to for black and white photography.
That's stunning.
The next one is one of the things that we did on this press trip. We went zip lining, and the zip lines that we went on, I'll maybe share some of the photos on another show just of how big they were. They literally were like almost a mile long and almost 1,000 feet up in the air. So this is an employee of Olympus coming across the zip line there, and a member of the press on the right there holding the new Olympus Tough TG4, which is what he was there to kind of get a hands-on with. He's from Slash Gear. His name's Vincent. Awesome guy. So it's kind of a meta shot, I guess, me shooting him shooting somebody else. And another one of the things that we did on the press trip was we got to go ATVing up into the mountains, and again, it's just me shooting somebody shooting another piece of equipment, but I just kind of was really floored by how big the trees are out there. We have trees tall like that in Michigan, but in all honesty, you need to travel pretty far north in Michigan and pretty remote areas, and trees like that are everywhere in the northern north of Vancouver area. And Levi was talking earlier about being in a cold place. So here I am in the coldest bar on the planet, 124 degrees Fahrenheit below zero. And we were in there vodka tasting. And so there's a lot of members of the press in this shot and Olympus employees, and it was a crazy cool time. And this was a very tight enclosure, so it was shot with an interesting lens that I know people are going to want to know more about. So this is just a teaser, I guess. Member of the press, I don't know if any people are readers of the Fullblographer, but that is Chris Gambit, founder of the Fullblographer right there, and he's actually shooting an Olympus film camera. I think it's an OM4 Ti maybe. And this was just kind of a candid shot. This is about as good as I get at shooting people here, is just kind of hanging back and shooting people when they're unaware, I guess. This was shot with the Voigtlander 25mm f.95. This is just a JPEG straight out of camera. And the last shot, and again, this is just a teaser about some upcoming product. I can't say really anything more than that, but I think people will look at the perspective of this and get an idea of maybe what product it is I'm alluding to. It's one of two products, I'll just say that much. And again, just another straight out of camera shot, just my wife and I taking our dog for a walk in the evening, and I just wanted to just show how much fun I'm having with that new product that will be coming out soon. And yeah, so that's just it. I mean, I haven't, honestly, I didn't have any time to put together a whole lot to share tonight. It's just been, I got back on Monday night at like 11 o'clock, and then Tuesday it was straight back into work, and then today I had a sports event with my son, so it was just quickie stuff from me today.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a real lot of work there, Jamie. We really feel sorry for you.
It was hard. It was a lot of hard work.
I bet. I'm sure your wife felt the same way when you got home.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's funny, sharing stuff like that socially. She sees everything I'm doing, and it's a topic of conversation sometimes. It looks like you were working really hard out there,
Yeah.
But it is. It's fun.
Yeah.
So what about you, Mike? What have you got to share tonight?
All right, let's see what we've got here. Gotta find the screen up, and let's go here. Okay, you seeing that there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Streaks in that. All right, hold on a second. Let me get it so I can see a build. That's Atlanta. That's this is. I went on this work trip with sort of 4 cities in 4 days from across the coast. Had to check on some things, so I knew every night I was going to have some time. And obviously, Atlanta is an awesome city. Is this one area of Atlanta over the expressway? I've shot it a few times. So I'm pretty planned. It's called Freedom Parkway if anybody's interested. And there'll always be about 10 photographers there every night, shooting the streaks going in and out of the city. It's a main thoroughfare into the city. But for some reason this night, and I ended up staying there for 3.5, 4 hours, because they never turned the street lights on. I have no idea why it's so fantastic, because you are literally at the same level as the street lights on the bridge.
Oh, that's great.
Once the street lights come on, it's just bad. You gotta try to either cut them out of your picture or try to deal with them later in post. But they didn't turn them on, so I think everybody who was there that night got a treat. And this, of course, is a shot with live composite with Olympus. If anybody follows me at all, they know I just love live composite. I can't stop talking about it. I'm starting to view in live composite, I think, when I'm watching. Driving around, I'm going, what can I do there? And then I got that cool little shooting star in the corner that I didn't actually even see. But yeah, that's with the EM1 and the 12 to 40 Pro coming out of Atlanta.
Oh, that's great.
Next day, I'm in Providence, Rhode Island, and some awesome buildings. I wanted to shoot the cityscape in the morning at sunrise. Had some great clouds before the sun came up. As soon as I got out there, everything just went away, and I said, So I, of course, like always, turn around, see what's going on. The clouds are behind me. They got this structure, these sculptures. I said, well, I'm going to shoot up up through this structure. This looks pretty cool. I saw the moon there, and the next thing I know, I guess you got to be as old as me to know it, but the flock of seagulls come in. I don't know if you know that group or not, but I'm showing my age. All of a sudden, this huge flock of seagulls just coming, so I quick flip over and get it into high-speed shutter and try to get as many as I could. It was blowing off some pictures, and just thought it was a neat little thing there in Providence, Rhode Island, a small little town with some great great picture opportunities there. Then we come back home. This is Detroit. This is in the morning. This is actually, I think Jamie was traveling to Detroit the same morning here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we were out shooting the blue hour just before the sunrise came up. Love this shot. I think it's about 18-second exposure. I wasn't using live composite. I was using the live bulb, and and I shot this one in a 16:9 ratio too, because I wanted to get. And Levi, have you been to Detroit, Levi?
I have been to Detroit Airport.
Oh, okay. You've never been to Detroit, so the invitation's there. Then it's been extended.
Excellent.
All right, but that's our Rensen. That's one of our major buildings, really, that signify Detroit off on the left. I want to make sure I got that in there. And I'm going to go quick because I got a couple, but I just have to mention somebody as I go into the next one. This one here. This is Detroit's version of the Mardi Gras parade. Every year we have this. We chase the devil out of Detroit. It's called the Nain Rouge Parade, and it's just craziness. It's absolute Mardi Gras craziness, and this, of course, shot with the 17 millimeter right up in this clown's face. Just great colors, just great pose too. And I should have had her do the Steve Jobs pose. I should have thought.
That's right.
That would have been a great one.
Oh, creepy.
Very creepy. But this is the one I wanted to show. And Gavin Beckford, who's Levi, you might see him on the Micro Four Thirds Enthusiast.
There all the time.
Yeah, Gavin's from Miami, and of course this is another one of those things where you're talking to people all the time on Facebook. He happens to be in Detroit. I invite him out to shoot this Nain Rouge thing, and so we end up shooting together, for the afternoon. And I caught him actually down by the drums of some band that was going through the streets. I don't think he knew I got him there, but. What a great opportunity, to actually see people.
Yeah.
Just talking to them online, and they're shooting. So I had to give a shout out to him there. Last week, I'll go to the things. I got a chance to get out with a fellow visionary there, Alex McClure, out in Arizona.
Sure, I know Alex.
Yeah, we had a couple hours, and I'll tell you what, he knows these trails and this Tonto National Forest, Salt River, like the back of his hand, and where we were going, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful morning. Wild horses running through there, and
right.
This is shot with that 40 to 150 pro lens
Stunning.
from Olympus. It is beautiful. And then I had to throw this one in for Levi because of this young lady. This was in a workshop I did this weekend.
I love it.
Yeah, it looks like she's not coming up completely on the thing, but it goes a lot more there. This is a Japanese anthropology student from U of M, and she's just hanging out in this thing called the Graffiti Alley in Ann Arbor. And she just had such a cool look. She wouldn't smile. I'm so glad she didn't smile, actually, because she just looks a lot cooler without smiling. But, her deep eyes, and she loved the portrait, and handed her my card and got her a copy as well. So. Really cool.
Terrific.
Really, really cool. A lot of fun. I love just sitting there, like you said, Levi. Walk up, and say, just get an amazing look right now, because her coat was totally white, and everything around it, of course, was graffiti. So a lot of fun there doing that workshop. So, do you have some stuff you want to show?
Yes, I do. And Lightroom is. I just had to force quit. So let me.
Okay, no problem.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Let me pick up just a couple of these here. Is it launching? Let's go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, come on. Give me a couple of these here. That's a good one. And, hang on. Come on, Lightroom. Uh-oh, something peculiar is going on here. Oh, there we go. There we go.
This is your Lightroom tutorial for the night.
That's right. Oh, man. I'm sorry, fellas. It's,
that's quite all right.
Oh, there we go. That's the one I'm after. Yeah, and let me grab one more of these here. Where's my wild horses? There we go. No? Uh-oh. All right, sorry, no wild horses. You're going to have to settle for chocolates.
I'm hungry, actually. So
That's a huge range of photography.
That's right.
Right.
It kind of is. It kind of is. All right, here's a few pictures for us. Let me come on over there. Wait a minute. Oh, gee. This is not what I expected either. But now I know what to expect. Hey, there we go. Okay, now share the screen, Levi. Come on. Get with it. Here it is, entire screen. Share.
Hey,
All right, we're sharing.
something.
Good. You see me here?
there we go.
Yep.
Wait a minute. What happened to the picture? Oh, shucks. Hang on a sec.
I see chocolates.
Yes, there are some chocolates on the way. That's not the one I was after. This is the one I'm after. Go back to it. All right. And then, oh, geez, it looks like it's kicked out my... All right, I want to start with this one.
All right.
Oops. Is it big?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
All right, good. This is a picture we made in Seattle the other day at a workshop we were teaching last week, and I went up to share with the photo club there and teach how to do environmental portraiture for businesses. I mean, this is the kind of picture I can sell. I love to shoot landscapes, but man, it's a lot of work to sell landscapes.
Yeah.
And street stuff, man, the people who are able to do that, it's incredible. But for me, if I make a halfway decent picture of a person, he's likely to buy it. So that's a lot easier for me. And then businesses need stuff all the time. So for this one, we've got this cool wine outlet. The thing is, it's like kind of buried into a hillside, so there's all this green light coming in the windows behind him over here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a window in front of him, so I just wanted to augment that and add a little kick back here to the back. So I put a flash shining into the wall in the back left corner over here, and that's reflecting forward and lighting up all these bottles with a little highlight all the way across. And then over here behind me, I put my 8-foot umbrella up, and that's illuminating Paul, I think his name's Paul. Paul's front here to show light in his face, like that window would have done.
Yeah, exactly.
And so kind of augmenting that, and then I'm a black and white guy for sure. So I've got a preset that I use that imitates my red filter, because if you use that monochrome setting in your camera and shoot raw, you don't get a black and white picture. You get a color picture.
Right.
So you've got to shoot RAW plus JPEG. Well, but then you're getting two pictures. So in Lightroom, I've made a preset that looks almost exactly like my red filter in the camera, and works pretty well to make my RAW pictures the good black and white that I like also. And then over here, here's some chocolate. So another bit of business, and this one's unretouched yet, but you can shoot products for people too, and make a beautiful thing. The thing is, like, I light this the same way that I light this. I've got a rim light coming in from behind to give us some highlight on stuff, and that's what's coming in from the back of this picture. And then I've got a reflector on the front, right near my camera, shining some of that light back in to give a front light, just like I did here with the big umbrella. And then I've short lit this too. If you do portraiture, you light the side of the face that's away from the camera, and you shoot into the shadow side, and it makes things interesting. So here I'm shooting into the shadows with the light coming from the other side of the face of these chocolates, if you will. The best part about these jobs, of course, is handling all the chocolate that they then can't sell and then you get to eat. So
somebody has to eat it.
That's right. That's right. I don't know if this one shows up very well over the interwebs, but this one is how long is it? It's 1,028 seconds. How many minutes is that?
Many.
Many minutes. And,
Right.
this is on the road to Moab in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
There's this terrific overlook that I've always wanted to stop at and never did until we were driving by on a clear night, and the moon had just risen. So the moon is illuminating the rocks from the left side here, and again, I'm shooting into the shadows, just like I am with my chocolate, and just like I am with my portrait. I'm shooting into the shadow side, and that lets these highlights give me the shape and form of the rock. If I go around to the left and shoot the bright side, it's really boring. There's no shadow and highlight detail. Right. It's just highlights. And so then the long exposure gives me the long streaks of starlight up there, and this one's fresh out of the camera. It hasn't been retouched yet.
It's about 17 minutes, so.
Yeah, 17 minutes on a 17 millimeter. That's pretty good.
Right, there you go.
So that's on the Olympus 17.
So do you live near Moab?
I don't. I live in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But I was there working for Utah State University.
Oh, you are there.
Just like I am today, too. So.
Yeah.
And and then I forgot to tell you. So this one's on the Olympus 17. This one is on the Nikon 105 2.8 VR macro that they've got with a photodiox adapter to my GH4. So I shoot the GH4 and GX7. Actually, this was on GX7. My GH4 was in the shop. This was shot on the GX7.
Oh, really?
And then this one's on the GH4 with the 42.5 millimeter f1.2 Leica Nocticron.
Right.
If you guys are looking to spend a lot of money.
Lens.
Oh man, it's phenomenal. It is honestly the sharpest, bestest autofocus lens I've ever used. And I say autofocus because I just used a new cinematic lens for Micro Four Thirds at NAB the other day. And it may be the sharpest, most bokehest lens I've ever laid my hands on, and it's pretty remarkable. And then there's another one. Oh, it's a Vedra.
Vedra, okay, yeah.
Eydra.
Yep.
And it's this new lens. It's going to take over the world, I think. But it's pretty remarkable and inexpensive for what it is.
What's the pricing on those? Do you know offhand? Have they said?
Yeah, they're I think they said $8.99.
Wow. Okay.
And then the 12 millimeter will be $11.99, or maybe it was $12.99. Anyway, you can get the whole kit for cheaper than my 24 or 70 to 200 f2.8.
Yeah.
So I love that about them. But I also used last week the new Lens Baby, which is phenomenal. I had to use it with an adapter. I used what's that adapter called? Metabones.
Metabones?
Yeah, I used the Metabones speed booster with it. And I can't wait to try it without the speed booster because I think the speed booster was kind of fouling it up. But the new 56 millimeter Velvet, it's
I saw you put some stuff up on that.
Oh yeah, it's really good. The 12 blade aperture, it's remarkable. In fact, I got to show you somehow. Use that one to do this. Where'd that picture go? No, that's what I was going to add. Let's see. Where's the fastest way to get to let's go to Instagram. And on Instagram, we'll go to mine. Does that show profile? Okay, it does. This picture right here we made the other night. Is that as big as it gets on Instagram?
Yeah, I think so. They stay pretty small.
It's still pretty small? Oh, they keep it pretty small.
It's good size.
Okay. Well, go to Instagram and see it.
Yeah.
It's easier. And we did this with a second curtain flash.
Oh, yeah, cool.
And the way that works is your flash, the default setting, is that when your shutter opens, the flash goes off.
Right.
But when you switch it, and that's called first shutter, or front shutter, when you switch it to second or rear sync, it now flashes when right before the shutter closes. So on a 2-second exposure, it you've got all this time before the flash goes off. So using that time, we put our model here. This guy's name is Jonna, and we put him facing up over here with a black light shining on his face, a little flashlight that puts out black light, and we lit up his face here, and then he moved and faced down to the strobe that was in a beauty dish on the right side, and when that goes off, it freezes him sharp.
Super
And
cool.
it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a seriously fun thing to do. For best results, do it with a black background. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to make it work. I've been playing with this a lot lately, and
Very
sure
cool.
enjoying it.
Very good.
So, anyway, there's some pictures.
Well, cool. So what have you got coming up in the near future aside from out of Chicago? Anything coming up, Levi, that you want to share with everybody?
Oh yeah, let's see. I'll be in Dallas in a couple of weeks, and actually it's next weekend, not this weekend, but the next, and I may have some time to do something photographic there. If anybody wants to reach out, I'd be happy to join up with some 4/3ers on
Yeah.
maybe on MFT Enthusiasts or something. We can connect.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. What else?
That's a great city to shoot some architecture.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be in Tampa the weekend after that for a little while, and but out of Chicago is my big excitement coming up at the end of June.
Right on.
So that'll be a lot of fun. I hope you guys join us there. The instructors are just top notch.
It looks like it's going to be an incredible weekend without a doubt. I think that people who are willing to spend just a little bit of money, because it is just a little bit of money for what you're going to get for an entire weekend of, like you said, top-notch instructors.
Yeah.
And
well, and like for me, I'm a full-time photographer, and I have a degree in geology, and I quit my job as an electrical engineer to be a photographer. I'm not a classically trained, from a fine arts degree or anything.
Yeah.
I haven't had a photography class since high school, so it's everything I do has been learned in books and online, and most importantly by going to these kind of workshops and conferences. You cannot be your best without going to these.
Sure,
because
I agree.
you will most certainly learn something every hour that you didn't know. And it's just little things. It's the small things that make you a better photographer, a faster photographer, a more proficient and professional photographer. And you learn these things by going and interacting with other people who have more experience, or who see things a different way, or who shoot a different style of photography, or a different lens, or a different camera. And it just opens your eyes, and it is absolutely worth the cost of admission.
Well,
I've never been to a workshop that wasn't worth the money.
You think about the price of lenses and everything else everyone spends. Invest in yourself.
This is the only thing. It's the only thing you can buy that will actually make your pictures better.
Right. I agree. That's exactly what
You can't buy a better camera or a better lens. Well, a tripod. You could buy a tripod. That'll make your pictures better. But this is the only thing you can buy that'll actually improve your photography.
Yeah, and you learn between classes, too. Don't forget that. It's not just, I've got this hour class. It's the people you meet are the connections, and you start talking, I didn't know it did this, or I didn't know it did that, or that's why I think this photo conference, on top of others, with all these photo walks, it's fantastic. Because people are, instructors are just out there to have fun and shoot with you. Not to talk down to you or any way to say this is, I'm the instructor. I mean, it's really open and free in that sense.
I think one of the biggest motivators is inspiration, and when you're in a group setting like that, you're going to get nothing but inspiration from the instructors and even the other students around you. I mean, there's nothing better in my mind.
That's for sure. It's a remarkable experience. Plus, you're in Chicago.
Yeah, right on. So it looks like we're kind of at like the 50-minute mark here. We'll probably wrap it up a little bit. And I guess I just want to say thanks a lot to Levi for taking the time out to come in. I know you're at a busy schedule, and you're trudging through snow to make it here on time, and it worked out pretty good, so that is totally awesome. And do you want to drop any kind of web addresses or social handles that you want to share out there with people?
Sure. So I'm at PhotoLevi on Twitter and Instagram, and most of my latest work ends up on Instagram and on photofocus.com. And on PhotoFocus, we publish 3 articles a day to help people learn to do photography and Photoshop and cinematography just a little bit better. And so come over and check us out on PhotoFocus. It's free.
Excellent. Well, any last words, Mike, before we sign off for the night?
No, just looking forward to seeing you, Levi, and getting back out there to Chicago. I love it, so it'll be great.
Cool. Definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend. And like we spoke about earlier, if you're interested in the Out of Chicago conference, just head over to outofchicago.com/conference. Try to get in there today, midnight.
Do it today.
Yes, definitely. I think it's midnight, Chicago Central Time, I think.
Chicago Central Time, so you get an extra hour from
you got that extra hour to sign up for the early bird deal. You know, you get $100 off with the early bird, and if you use the promo code, what is yours, Mike? Is it Beanie?
It's under Beanie, or you can use Mirrorless Minutes.
Yeah,
Mirrorless
promo
codes.
You're watching it, yeah. And that's another $50 off. I mean, $150 off. An incredible conference already, so
yeah.
I just say go.
I'm gonna ask Chris what my promo code is right now.
He better be watching. I talked to him this morning. Said
right. All right, so I guess we'll sign off until the next time. There is a potential schedule change. We did the little schedule change over the wintertime. Mike's daughter's involved in college sports. I have a middle schooler who is involved in track, and it just so happens that his meets are on Wednesdays. And instead of me driving, I won't say how many miles per hour because it was probably not legal, to get here in time for tonight's show, we might maybe shift it for a couple of episodes to Thursday nights if that works with Mike.
Oh, yeah.
But what we'll do is we'll let everybody know plenty of time in advance. And I just, again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and a huge thank you for Levi for taking the time.
Yeah, definitely.
My pleasure. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Well,
so
thank you.
Until the next episode, you guys take care. Bye.
See ya.